Hello, my name is Laura Oldham and I'm the owner and artist of Turning True Studios. I'm a potter. I work out of my home in Lutherville and I love to make beautiful functional pieces that people can use and enjoy every day. Last June I retired from Baltimore County Public Schools where I taught at the elementary level, not art, for 30 years. Most recently I taught 4th grade. I started working with clay in college and have been working with clay ever since. My Etsy shelves have been live since 2012, and I really enjoy being a vendor at art shows. It's great to connect with potential customers and see other artists and what people are making. So I look forward to a time when we're able to do those again. It's been really great. The past 2 Februarys, I was chosen to be an emerging artist at the ACC, the American Craft Council, which was held in February. So that has been a real highlight. In 2020, I look to expand my online presence. I love connecting with people through social media, and I'm really looking forward to doing this virtual show hosted by Bamco Create. Every piece I make begins with a lump of clay. I throw all of my work on the wheel and then move to doing surface decoration. I make cups, mugs, heart pitchers, bowls of all different sizes and shapes. I also make vases and plates. One of the new things I'll be working on this year are ornaments. It's been a while since I've had time to create these, so I'm looking forward to firing these and starting to paint. After I throw and trim and fire each piece for the first time, I end up with bisqueware. This is where I get to start my favorite part of the process, which is surface decoration. I've recently purchased a kiln and I'm very excited to be able to work through my whole process from start to finish here at home, especially since home is really the place where I'm spending, pretty much all my time. I draw on my pieces using the Zentangle method. Zentangle is a fantastic art form and it allows me to draw beautiful images through structured patterns. Each of the patterns, or tangles as they are called, are based on a dot, a line, a circle, a curve, and with those basic shapes, I can create any number of patterns. I do everything one line at a time using this tool. My underglazes, which come in a wide variety of colors, I fill little bottles, and then there's a needle tip, and then I can use that to draw whatever it is I want to put on the surface of each piece. I draw, sometimes I have a piece that's just tangled, other times I'll add animals, or lately I've been working on fruits. I also have a whole series of bowls that I'm working on with Maryland theme. So when I work, sometimes on my pieces I start with a grid design and I lay that in. And then the tangles come in step by step. So you can see I've drawn diagonal lines just to kind of step this one out. And then I add the next sets of lines until I end up with the finished pattern or tangle, which looks like this. And I'll show a few minutes of how I would do that. So I just draw on my lines with the underglaze, and I tend to keep my hand going in the same direction as I work across the piece. Typically I might go through and do a couple lines that way, but I'm going to go ahead and add in these other pieces. This is a pretty structured pattern, and I'll go ahead and fill in my blue. Makes a great noise. Funny, if I'm the one making the noise, it doesn't bother me, but if I hear someone making noise, I'm not always a fan. And then I would go ahead and add in my lines. And in this way, this tangle just grows around this base. This is a pretty structured tangle based on the grid. Sometimes I'll have a piece. I've got my elephants laid in here, and you can see I've got some pencil lines in here. The pencil burns out to kind of define my background spaces, and then sometimes I just start with a more organic tangle, shake them up, and I have test them out, but I'll just start and tangle from really anywhere. And in this way, the tangles will grow. Sometimes you have to get that paint to flow. And this tangle that I'm going to put in here is based on triangles. If it's in the round, I sometimes will have to figure out how to lay them all out, but since this is more of a stripe, I can go ahead and let them end up where they will. I'll go back once I finish and make the gray a little bit darker so that that really stands out. I find this to be a very meditative process, and it just is something I really enjoy sitting and working through. So with this one, I'll just make my triangles to fill the space that I have. And when they run into the elephants, I'll just imagine where the next one would begin. Once I finish painting the surface of a piece, then I bring it back downstairs and it's ready to be glazed. So I'll take and paint 3 coats of clear glaze over the painting I've done. And then on the inside, I'll pick a pretty blue or purple to complement the outside. It's always a little daunting when you cover over with the clear glaze because everything disappears until after it's fired. So once it's painted, it'll come out and then I'll have a finished piece. Here are some examples of my finished work. You can learn more about my work by visiting my Etsy shop at Turning True Studios. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook or at my website, turningtruestudios.com. I've enjoyed sharing my process with you today, and I look forward to connecting on social media.